Well, welcome to the Living Sent community group. And I'm so sad that Belinda and I can't be with you on the first session, at least in person. But we are with you in spirit. And we want to give you this recording to kind of tell you a little bit about what's to come. You may be wondering when you signed up for the Living Sent group, well, exactly what is that? Sent is often a verb. We use it to describe some kind of action or activity. But when we use it in this way, we're talking really about an adjective. We're talking about a way of life, a lifestyle, if you will. At Indian Creek Community Church, you often hear us say, our mission is to help people find their way back to God and to become like Jesus. Well, how exactly do we become like Jesus? That's a pretty tall order. And that's what this study is about. There's this tug of war that goes on in life. And the tug of war really is between whether we're going to live for ourselves or we're going to live for God. There's this human desire that comes from inside all of us. It's a part of our flesh. And there is also the very image of God that He put in us from creation. And so you've felt this tug of war, I'm sure. And there are times probably that in your heart of hearts, you truly desire to be like God and grow to be more like Him. And maybe you make some spurts or there's a burst in your life spiritually and you make progress. And then there are those other times that we don't really like to talk about when we go the other way. And we sort of live for self. And this book is really kind of about the contrast between a life that's lived for self and a life that's lived sent, which is the life of Jesus. And we'll get into a lot of that. It'll make more sense as we go along. But I'm so glad that you're going on this journey. In the first chapter, you're going to find a very humorous story about Belinda and Gary as we went on a kayak trip out in the Caribbean Ocean. I won't spoil that for you. I want you to read it for yourself. But in that story, what we learned is that the whole time we thought we were doing the right thing, and we argued a lot over it. In the end, what we learned is we were doing it exactly wrong. We had a backwards view of life. And this book I've titled Backwards. Now, it's about living sent. It's about becoming like Christ, but I titled it Backwards for this reason. That I think that we grow up living a certain way, expecting certain things. Like, for example, all of us think that life is supposed to work for us. Like, it's about me, right? From the cradle forward, we have this sense that, life should work for me. And I want to have my way. And if it feels good, do it. You can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Have it your way. Those are things that kind of symbolize this feeling we have from the cradle forward about living for self. And what Jesus actually said is that's all backwards. Backwards. He said it like this, that if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. But if you're willing to lose your life for my sake, then you really find it. And so this book is about kind of like backwards living, this idea of living the sent life, a life that's on mission, on purpose, all the time. It's the Jesus life. Now, at Indian Creek, you're going to be familiar with parts of this book because we talk about how to get there. There's a process involved in this. It begins with making a choice for Christ, and that's the big difference maker. But then there's a process of follow-up where we learn to love God, where we love people, we live out our faith, and the combination of that is this lifestyle of Jesus that we're calling sent. And I am so excited to be able to share this with you over the next 10 weeks. I'm looking forward to our group. Sorry I can't be there tonight, but I know it'll go great. My mom, Ruthie Kendall, and Brad Harvey will be there, and they are apprentice leaders for our group. They'll do a super job. You'll enjoy each other. We'll get off to a good start. And then Belinda and I will get back from our trip to Rome and we'll participate. So I can't wait to hear how it goes. Thank you so much for making this choice. We are on this journey together.